Hello, welcome on in YouTube. Gonna be a fun one today. We're working towards getting our final armor set. Feels good to be getting there. You know, okay, that is my build, so I'm basically just gonna be getting offensive guard added. But other than that, I basically have my build, just more defense. And then elemental weapons is what I'm going for. So, yeah, because I am switching to elemental damage. Which, a lot of these, I think the only one that doesn't is Rathian. I think all of these, except Rathian, are very likely to get me this. So, I'm not sure what I'll go for first, but these are all impact files versus these are element, but low rank you're very limited, so. But other than, rather than having to explain that twice, I'm just gonna start the recording maybe. I don't know how much time we got left for the ad break on Twitch. Yeah, alright. Let's go ahead and get the recording going, shall we? Well, let's do it. Alright, hello YouTube. Welcome back to Monster Hunter Rise. Since last time, I got all of the armor that I wanted except Diablo's armor. And I have pivoted my plans to, as you can probably guess by there being 5 weapons, elemental damage. Now, I am limited on the choices because since my favorite thing is Savage Axe, element files would be the best thing to go with probably. Because I'd be building to do element damage anyway. There's really not any element file options for these in low rank. So, it is what it is. But these are what I plan on going for. Rathian shouldn't be that hard to get. Barioth, then Mizutsune, which I already was planning on getting anyway, even before this. Tobi Kadachi, and then this. It's actually pretty decent for usually the, like, not large monster specific trees are usually kind of weaker in some way, but this is actually pretty respectable. And I'm pretty sure every monster except Rathian that I want for weapons will give me this, so I should be able to get this by the end of this part. I do think, though, I want to start off with Rathian and just go from there. You know, just get back in the swing of things, go from there. Shouldn't be too bad. But before I get into this first hunt, if you watch this and you end up enjoying, think about liking and subscribing. If you want to hang out live whenever I do these every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7:30 Eastern, both on Twitch and here on YouTube, so come on by and hang out. Oh, and I did, like, look into it, and for, the people who weren't streaming last time, or anyone watching this is interested, I will be, probably streaming the, Game Awards as well. Because I think that would be pretty fun. I watch it every year anyway. More for announcements than anything. Good. And to see, like, more indie devs be, like, recognized as, like, holy crap, he did really good. Compared to AAA slop. Oh, okay, my bad. Let's just get that. Oh, okay. Not quite. Aha! It is interesting that that gets me,
Be careful!
Oops. That's interesting that that puts me in sword mode.
Incoming! Be careful!
Alright. Fair. Oh, okay.
Watch out!
Nice. Yeah, I didn't feel comfortable trying to guard point that. Nope, okay. Fair enough.
Watch out! Great!
Alright. Okay. Alright, not bad.
Incoming!
And go for the tail.
Be careful!
Fair. That's fair. It's all good. Yeah, might as well.
Incoming! Watch out!
Alright. Fair, I guess.
After it!
Not terrible.
He's
Not
fixed it.
terrible. I do think I am gonna eventually want to just get guard 5. And guard up. Like, just full defense for the shield. Just so I can, like... I will be able to guard point everything that is guard pointable and then punish. Especially when my guard points literally buff my next thing. It's kind of like... That's probably a good idea. Basically free damage on a lot of moves.
Incoming! Watch out!
Like so. Basically free.
Be careful!
Because, like, that gets buffed every time I guard point.
Good!
So,
Watch out!
alright. Nope. That's fine. I'll take it. I'll take that hit. It's all good. I'm kind of hoping for a knockdown here, to be honest. Alright, sure.
It's fleeing! Concentrate!
You good? You good, Rathian? You confused? Don't know what that was about. Alright.
Gotcha.
I'll take those, I guess. Fair. Nice. And let's go for one of these.
It's over.
And I figure this is probably still one of the most powerful moves I got right here.
Goodbye.
Oh, whoops. I did the first. Meant to do the other one. Fair.
Incoming!
Oh, okay. Alright, alright.
Take this!
Probably not worth it. It was only 2
Be
files.
careful! Watch out! Nice one.
Alright.
Incoming!
Alright. Cool.
Be careful! Watch out!
Sure.
Be careful!
Yeah, I'm definitely, having evade extender is really nice. Who would have guessed that mobility would be nice to have? Alright.
After it! He's fixing.
Once I build, like, element, damage is probably gonna be kind of insane. Because, like, it's still, like, pure raw damage. No element in there. At least I imagine that's the case, just because, like, I know that elemental damage, pretty much your monster hunter, like, forever, has, always liked a lot of hits individually. So it's like, that's literally what Savage Axe is. So,
Be careful!
nice.
You're mine!
Alright. The recovery after that move hurt. I need to not do that. It's not like I'm in Savage Axe mode after that anyway. Which is really the only reason I want to be in Axe mode.
Watch out!
There it goes. Alright.
Be careful!
Boom.
Watch out!
That's fine. Feels weird being able to guard out of, like, to guard point out of that.
Be careful!
Alright, I'm gonna heal now. But yeah, I think I need to be a little bit more selective on when I, you know, do that. The AED. Just a little bit. At least until I get some more survivability focused stuff.
Nice one. Goodbye.
Yeah, I do think that whenever a down happens though, like, that's just the best bet.
Fatigue.
Alright. We're fine. I mean, I got the tail off. Haven't had that in it for an entire playthrough. Forgot what it feels like to cut off a tail.
Too blunt.
Alright. I'll grab some money, sure. Okay, never mind. Not worth it. Yeah, I think going pretty well, all things considered. Like I said, we're still running raw damage. So, as far as I can tell, at least with how I want to play, elemental damage is going to be the way to go. And I built raw damage in World, so I want to not do that in this one, ideally. Alright. Well, this doesn't matter, because I want to do amped elemental discharge anyway. Nice.
It's over.
Alright. Not terrible. Not a terrible one. Like, I want to say that, like, this is gonna really shine once I, have elemental damage built. Like, with the elemental damage boosts, a fire attack, all that. And then, also, once I have armor or, like, kind of my usual, health regen type stuff that usually doesn't really come into play until master rank. But it's like once I can not worry about the damage I take at all, and I can just keep going, it's gonna be real good. Because, I mean, like, once blood rate's a thing, it's like, boom, we don't need to care about the damage we take anymore. Oh, did we actually get what we needed for Rathian? Okay, so we have our fire weapon. By the way, I did make all of the prerequisite items. We have... Yeah, see, I have 2 of these, because I think it's Rathian and... I want to say it's these 2 that build off of the same tree. But now we do have a fire charge blade.
Strike while the iron's hot.
And I think I'm going to stick with that, even though it is technically lower raw. I want to say that the elemental damage is going to do a lot for us. I mean, it's minus 20 raw, but we do more element damage. So, I don't know. I mean, you do get more green sharpness, too. So, looks like about double the green sharpness. Now, here's the question. Which monsters do I have that are weak to fire? I want to say it's Barioth. I'm realizing we might be able to make, like, a, we hunt one thing, that is a weakness to the next thing, weakness to the next thing, because I made a fire one. I'm pretty sure Barioth is weak to fire. If I make Barioth, like, Diablos is weak to that. Also, I believe Mizutsune is, and also Tobi Kadachi. No, I think he's weak to water. I think he's a little weak to fire, though, too. So we got that. Mizutsune is weak to thunder. And at some point during that, we'll have this. Which I think this is going to be my generic one, probably, like, for if I don't care. or something's not weak to an element. So I think we're gonna go for Barioth. I think that's the play. Which, just gonna double check. Like, weak to fire, right? Yeah. So this should be interesting. We cannot, at least I'm pretty sure we can't KO with guard points or anything anymore, which is sad. That is literally the main reason why I stuck with Impact Files and World. Oh well, I guess, you know. Now, I am worried about the damage that we will be taking here. I am kind of worried about that. We'll see. We'll see what the damage is like.
Time to go. Let's do this.
I want to say, other than hip checks, probably relatively, I'm not gonna say easy, but like, other than hip checks, pretty much everything should be slower than any, like, attack I have. Alright. Okay. Okay. Damn, that does actually a lot. Yeah, that was my bad for holding on to that.
Be careful!
Yeah, fair enough. Damn. Nope. Too far away. Yeah, I mean, I knew you were gonna be kind of a pain. Man, that does 19 though. I don't even have any element damage built, but dude, that doing 19 is, that's a good chunk. That does hurt right there. But that's kind of expected. I wanted to roll. Ow.
Watch out!
Sure, okay, yeah, that... Alright. I mean, like, the damage, especially on the files, is a good chunk. It's just, with Barioth, it is going to be kind of a pain to actually land it. Especially the, you know, axe attacks that do file damage. Because it moves around so much. But that's kind of Barioth in a nutshell anyway. So, kind of expected. That's kind of how the monster works. Nice. Ooh. Okay. That's gonna hurt, yeah.
Incoming!
I will say, definitely take more damage than I would like from hits.
Watch out!
Okay.
Nice one.
Yeah, definitely just based off of how things are going, I'm gonna want to go guard.
Be careful! Incoming!
Okay. That wasn't. I hate your hip checks. They go way too damn far, in my opinion. God, it's annoying. And you always do that way far away. Never close. Nice. Alright, broke that too. This will be pretty good, actually.
You're mine!
Alright. Nice.
Be careful!
I've never understood what you're supposed to do for that, you know? Because, like, do you just have to, like, know that the opening's long enough? Because, like, I feel like you should have a way to get out of that faster. Alright. God, I hate that move too. Like, everything you do is just like just a little long, too long. Just, and for me.
Watch out!
Alright. I'm gonna sharpen before this wyvern ride happens. Nice. Alright. This will actually be really good for us, because, you know, this is just gonna make it more likely that I can get a, parry off weapon. I'm gonna stick to this too, by the way. We're doing that. But just because that drops some material. Alright, cool. There we go. Alright. Good stuff. Alright. That felt good.
Get back here!
Also, do element files, like, get bigger the more... Because, I don't know. It feels like it spreads out. I don't know. Like, it seems like they shoot out from that differently. I'm not sure. It's a little bit of sharpness, might as well. Oh, okay. God, I wish I didn't, try to guard point that, but... Basically, I punished for doing what I should.
Be careful!
Okay. I hate that. Like, you have way too many things just like, oh, I'm just gonna hit you just a little bit. But I'm also gonna have it be super fast. I hate you.
Incoming!
But yeah, that right there kind of is like a perfect thing. Like, I feel like that's something I just don't understand about Charge Blade, or is that just like a balancing thing for Charge Blade? That, like, you're gonna have to take hits sometimes to get, your full stuff off.
Watch out!
God, I hate you. Why does that do so much, despite being so fast? Doesn't need to be that fast.
Incoming!
Hello, how is it going? They gonna hit? No, of course not. Why would it? That would have been a perfect time.
Thanks, buddy.
I hate you. I'm doing pretty good. Minus hating this berry off.
Job. Goodbye.
Yeah, I don't understand why that move is a thing. I'm just gonna re-up that.
Watch out!
Alright.
Getting weaker.
It is what it is. But man, this is annoying. At least we got Blue Skull. So that's something, at least. I wonder if maybe there's another switch skill that lets me, like, you know, go into axe, I don't know, like Savage Axe mode somehow while moving. I don't know, because right now the biggest issue I have is that I have to move a lot, but I also have to take the time to sit still to charge the axe to get to Savage Axe. Not that it's that long, but it's like, you know, on monsters like Burial, I think it can be tough to find times to do that. But I almost wondered, I guess maybe there's also just the possibility of maybe I should stick mostly to just, axe. Oh, sword and shield, I mean.
Your days are numbered. It's over.
Okay, so yeah, it definitely seems like this is more spread out. It's like a cone versus, as far as I could tell, the impact files are more of a straight line.
Let's see.
That seemed to go 2 than 3. That's a pretty strong wake up though. I didn't even hit the, like, opening hit either. I need to work on that spacing. But not bad. Not bad. I don't really feel like I lost that much. You know, going from impact files to element. I really didn't feel like I lost much. Because I guess, like, what, maybe 2 knockdowns through the entire fight versus just doing a lot more damage with Savage Axe mode. You know. Kinda... I'd rather go with the, like, more consistent stuff. Because I do need to hit... Wow, okay, 2 for 2 on being able to make weapons. Nice. But I'd rather go for the consistent damage, because you have to hit the head, specifically, on a weapon that, you know, wide sweeping hits. You know, how likely are you to actually hit the head? You know, it's not the most unlikely thing, but, you know, you can also very easily whiff. So that's lower, but it has more green sharpness and 20% affinity. Interesting. Alright, so I think I want to go for armor now. Also, wow. I could have swore it was any level 3 star. Maybe I just got unlucky. I don't know. But I think we can maybe go hunt Diablos, which I'm gonna want to use this for. And we'll see how it goes. Because Diablos is very weak to ice. So if this ends up feeling good, then it's pretty safe to say that like element is gonna scale pretty decently. Now, like I've said, like I don't look anything up, so I don't know if, you know, from what I've heard, the, you know, element being the go-to for Charge Blade is specifically, you know, SAED spam, or if it's, you know, like Savage Axe is included in that, or what. I have no clue. But we shall see. You know, throughout the playthrough. Because usually I don't even look that stuff up in a high rank, or like ever really. The most I usually ever look up is like, what is the use case for X switch skill? Because like a lot of the times, like, when am I gonna use this? Granted, every switch skill so far I've wanted to use over the base one in this weapon. But some, it's like, no, I don't want to use that at all. Okay, fair enough. Alright. That's actually a pretty easy punish. Alright. Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, okay, well I was going for them anyway. And I switched back like an idiot. But yeah, that's basically free. Oh, okay, no it's not, never mind. Damn, that's actually a bad amount of time. Huh. I hate your tail hitbox. God damn it. Yeah, see, like that is my problem right now with Charge Blade that I just don't understand. Is like... Am I just have to, like, expect to get hit there a lot, or what? Because a lot of the time, you know, that opening doesn't really exist. An opening that big. Mind you, this is low rank, so, yeah, I need to not let that come back. I need to not sit there for that. That was bad of me. I know that has long recovery at the end.
Be careful!
Okay.
Good job.
Now that one's fine. Also, damn, that's 37. Damn it. Yeah, alright. Like on stuff like this, you know, it's pretty self-explanatory, I feel like.
Nice one.
Ah. Alright. That right there was good. But he also was sitting there doing nothing. So, can you not?
Getting dull.
Yeah, like, I mean, the Diablo's sitting there doing nothing. So. You know what? Actually, quick check here on something. So if I'm in this, if I just do this, okay, that stays in axe mode. Okay, can I dodge out of this? Okay. Okay. I somehow did not test that before, and that is very good info. That can just be used as movement. I don't necessarily need to attack out of it. I can just dodge. That is very, very good info. Damn, yeah, I shouldn't have done charge. It's fine. Okay, I wasn't sure if that would hit. Alright. I hate how, like, impossible it is to tell if it's gonna hit the second time on Diablos, because hitbox is actually pretty terrible right underneath Diablos.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I didn't think that would hit. I shouldn't have done that one. Oh, never mind. Okay, unpunished. Cool. Let's go. Okay.
Incoming!
Ah, damn it. Wrong button. Perfect. Okay. I do think I should just go, amped elemental discharge. I don't think I should do 3. I don't think I should do SAD. Actually, no, you are very weak to ice, so never mind. Not gonna hit. It's not cool. Yeah, never mind. That was the correct choice. Damn, yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Be careful!
Alright. Okay. Now, is that like the best damage I can do? Probably not. I could probably just, you know, spam files, but I'd rather play it a little bit safe since I am probably a bit under-geared, technically. Considering I haven't upgraded my armor. So I'm still setting base defense values. Because I usually don't upgrade armor until master rank. Actually, no. End of high rank I usually do for my final set. Okay.
I'll end this!
Yeah, that's good damage. It really is.
Give it all you
Oh, if I had strength bombs, I could capture right now. That's how it goes. Oh, okay, well, you're probably dead now. Because Baroth is a very good wyvern ride, and we get a turf war. Actually, no, you just win the turf war, right? Never mind. I kind of forgot about that fact that it's not really a turf war, it's just I win. But time to choo-choo all over your ass. Choo-choo, motherfucker. Choo-choo, motherfucker. But wait, I ain't done choo-chooing. More choo-choos. More choo-choos. I'm gonna sneak 2 in. More choo-choos. God. So many choo-choos. Alright, and let's do this. Alright. Alright, yeah, I'm starting to get the hang of when to use that, I feel like. Like, I probably don't use it as much as I could. But definitely Element feels so much better to use that with. Like, I can tell just by the damage numbers, it does so much more damage. Which, I mean, it should. Because you can't KO with it, so you gotta make up for the, you know, potentially lost KOs. Man. Well, I was getting like 60 on some of those files. It's pretty good. For the low rank? I mean, that's like 300 damage. Well, I think it was usually at least like 50. I think it was 51 was the lowest for a lot of them. So you're talking, you know, like 25, well, 250, not 250 damage. Oh, you know what? I also keep forgetting about it. Mandible Blade. Oh, did I finally get the Bone Plus? No? What? That's not the name of the... No. Oh, you just craft that one. Okay. Right, because there's nothing before it. It's just what you get. Okay, well we have our dragon one now. So that is the first time we have not been able to make something. Damn, that sucks. Damn. It's not even if it was a twisted horn, I would go in there and get one right now, because if you break both horns, you're guaranteed to get one. So you could just go in, break both horns, immediately leave, and you get one. But since it's this, because this would just be getting me more defense. Like, it's nice, but not gonna change much. This being Marrow, though, means, like, I'm pretty sure there's no way to guarantee that. Like, I don't believe there is. Yeah, no, there's no guarantee for that. There's a twisted horn, you break both horns, guaranteed. It's actually one of... There's really not that many guaranteed drops in Monster Hunter, which is interesting to think about. Like, you'd think tails, when you cut them off, would be a guaranteed drop. Which, in my opinion, they kind of should, to be honest. It's kind of dumb that they're not. But it's just like... There's really not many guaranteed drops, which is interesting to think about. Alright, so we have Mizutsune and Tobi-Kadachi left for weapons. Interesting. Hold on, let me mark off Diablos. So, Tobi, I believe, is water and then fire, right? Yeah. So, I do have what's you're weak to. Mizutsune, I believe, is weak to thunder. Okay, then it would be drag. But if I can get thunder, that'd be great. So let's go to fire. And we will go fight Tobi-Kadachi. Man, making builds in the high ranks is gonna be real fun. And mastering even more so. Alright. So... you know what? I'm gonna check if I can make a better Dongo loadout. What I've gotten a couple. Need to double check what they are. Because I'm not good with remembering the names. So I got this. This lasts for like no time. Dressage. I want to say that's a good one. No, it's not. Never mind. Cook Outstanding. That's... Call of the Wild. Yeah, okay. So, no, not really. Yeah, no, we didn't really get anything new. Well, yeah, we're not getting anything else until high rank, so... Oh well, that's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Like, in low rank, it's more about getting the health and stamina. That's the more important bit. At least in my opinion. Alright, so... I feel like this should go okay.
Let's go.
I think a big thing is that you don't have many moves that aren't, like... You kind of can tell what you're gonna do, or at least are likely to do, the attack before, because you have a lot of, like, set combos. And then also, you know, a lot of your moves are a single hit, and you have kind of a longer recovery. So then I could use the counter that I keep forgetting I have, that refills all of my files, which I can then do an element discharge out of, which I really should be doing more often, I feel like. Because I should have been doing that on Diablos, probably. Alright. Yep. And that has a long recovery on it. I guess I haven't tried. Can I cancel out of that? I wonder. Damn. Yeah, I wonder if I can cancel out of that. Oh, that was a mistake. Maybe it wasn't. Apparently not. That was nice. I liked that one a lot. I wasn't sure if I'd even be able to guard point the second hit, to be honest. Ow. Okay, I'm gonna get out of there, so... Aha!
Watch out!
I don't... God damn it.
Nice one.
Yeah, that one I am pretty much guaranteed to be able to do safe. Nice. Alright.
It's bleeding.
Yeah, Tobi Kadachi's not going too bad. Like I said, I think that once I
Needs
can
fixing.
have like armor that's up to par, because like I am hunting with stuff that's way below par. Like what the best piece of armor I have on right now is what, Basarios. So I'm fighting with below par gear. But once I'm in like high rank, I should be able to, you know, be a little bit better about where I am on things a lot of the time. Okay, no, I cannot get out of that, it seems. So I gotta pick my battles for that. Yeah. See, that's always been something that kind of bothers me with Charge Blade, to be honest, is like... It's like, it has so much commitment on that. Because, like, it's not even the attack that you commit to, it's the recovery. The attack doesn't take that long, in all honesty. Yeah, okay, apparently that's not even a guaranteed thing, but that's like one of the longest recoveries in the game. That happens more than like once a hunt. Man. Really? What? Like, I almost got punished because he missed his attack.
Be careful!
Okay.
After it! Concentrate.
Like, I guess in this game, maybe that's kind of why it's like SAD spam all the way. Because it's like, you need a bigger opening that you can guarantee you hit all the files on. Because otherwise, it's like, are you really going to use that much? Because I feel like using regular amped elemental discharge is way too committal. It's like I said, it's not even the attack, it's the recovery of, oh, we'll have to, you know, break it back into sword mode. Because, like, okay, I'm good, and then I gotta do that.
Good!
Alright. I guess with, you know, that type of stuff, it's more of a, you know, if I have a higher level of guard, I should be able to do that fine. That's not hitting it. Oh, it is. Okay, cool. Wasn't sure. Alright, and I still landed that. Alright, cool. Damn it. Alright, I don't actually need to do the slow thing either. Although I can just do that. Not too early. I kind of forget that the movement thing can just send me back to sword mode. I hate you, Bishu Tenra. I hate you right now. Just saying. You suck right now. Oh, and Nariku is here too. Cool. Alright, let's see if I can do this, because this might be a pain to get done properly. Okay, cool. There we go. Alright, and then I'm gonna do this to get Norgakuga Wyvern Ride.
Done. Let's do this.
Alright. There we go. Alright, I'm just gonna go for this. Cool. And I did get both, so I don't need to worry about you, like, knocking me out of crap.
Thanks, buddy.
Fair. Oh, why are you sticking around? You're not supposed to. Hello? Why is Bishuten the one sticking around?
Get back here.
Alright. I want all of this stuff.
Now's our chance.
Yeah, how about... Oh, okay, that works, I guess.
He's fixing.
All sharpened now. Alright. I'll take being pushed by that. Okay. Oh, nice whiffs all around. And that still worked, apparently. I'm really surprised by that. I couldn't see if you were still attacking or if you got interrupted. Alright. Fair. Okay, if I do that gets me right back to sword mode. This might be a mistake.
Incoming!
Okay. Okay, there's a guard point there apparently. Alright. Nope, that's gonna hurt. Or not. Alright. We got Blue Skull though, or we're getting there.
Just you wait.
I mean, for it being a faster monster, it's not going too bad. I'm still not entirely sure, like, when I should do things.
It's over.
Yeah, I wanted to get that ASAP. Because it probably wasn't much longer until it was gone.
Here we go.
Yep, there it went. Alright. Not bad. Like, I think this is gonna be kind of similar to like Dual Blades, where once you get element like builds, the weapon really comes online damage wise. Until then, it's probably gonna hurt pretty bad. And like, yeah, I could probably fit some stuff in for instead of guard, but I want at least guard 3. I don't even know if those are the thresholds for this game, to be honest, because I've always went full guard on any weapon that can block. Well, that I used to block, I guess. Because I didn't play guard heavy bowgun. But I mean, despite the, damage...
You're sure to find a bargain
Oh,
today.
hold on. We could get a platinum egg here. We need 90 points.
I wish you good fortune. Congratulations. Wow, that's a bunch.
We got the platinum egg. Let's go. That solves a lot of our early game money problems.
I've got some great deals for
Pretty
you.
much any of our early game money problems, to be honest. Because, yeah, now we're sitting at 147,000 in the low rank.
I've got some great
And since there's a sale, I'll just buy like 200 potions.
Here you go.
I'll buy
Thank you
these
for your
for
business.
making, look at this. Yeah, I'm not KOing all the time. I'll just buy 50 of those. I can't get these until the end of low rank. Alright. I think we're good for right now. Could go large barrel bombs. Do I need to? Not really. Eh. I've never been a fan of using them, to be
Hope to
honest.
see you again soon.
Also, to be fair, their damage kind of sucks. Like, I feel like they definitely need to buff barrel bombs. Because they're kind of useless for wake-ups a lot of the time. Unless you play, like, dual blades. They're really not worth using. Alright. So, unlucky that we didn't get this. It is what it is. So, we won't have a thunder weapon for Mizutsune. We'll manage. We'll survive. But, that is going to do it for this part. If you watched us on YouTube, hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you next time. See ya. Alright. So, as for stream, how is everyone doing? Hope everyone's having a good day. Let me mark off. Have I been marking things off? I think so, right? Yeah, I think so. 113 things, that seems right. I did mark off Diablos. Yeah, okay. We're good. We're good. So... And sorry about this Twitch, but it's how it goes for so people can, you know, come into the stream and not get ads immediately. I am gonna run 3 minutes of ads. Go to the bathroom, get a drink, do whatever. Not gonna miss anything. I will literally just be sitting here talking. So, not gonna miss anything. Wish I didn't have to do it, but it's how Twitch works. So, see you in 3 minutes, Twitch. Alright. So, let's see. Hold on, I need to have Twitch there. Alright. So, I guess the plan... What, gonna hunt Mizutsune? That's pretty much the last thing I actually need to hunt. So, we could probably hunt a bunch of lower tier stuff, then go for Mizutsune. Or do I start with Mizutsune? Maybe I start with Mizutsune. What all do I need? That's a lot of material. I might not get all that. I feel like I've actually gotten a couple through drops. So at least I know they are available through shinies. At least 2 of those. Do I think I'll be able to get that stuff, though? That's the real question. I don't know. What is Mizutsune weak to? So we don't have a thunder weapon, so we're gonna have to go dragon. Which, actually looking at it, might be better for us. Other than hitting the head, and it's only slightly worse. Because, granted, the Tobi Kadachi Charge Blade was gonna be impact files also. Because our dragon one is impact as well. So, it doesn't really matter that much. Wait, you can get Bubble Blight off by dodging? I didn't even know that, to be honest. You would think I would know that. But nope. No clue. Alright, how much longer on the ads? Alright, less than a minute. Alright, let's get back into the monster hunting, shall we? Let's do it. Alright, hello YouTube. Welcome back to Monster Hunter Rise. Where last time we started working towards our final build for low rank. And we got pretty lucky on the materials we got on our first hunt. Because we did switch to Elemental Charge Blade. And we only came short on getting an Electro Sac, which we could probably get from like Kezu or something. So we could probably get this. But we also want to hunt Mizutsune for our weapon. Other than that, we have hunted everything we want to hunt. Actually, now that I think about that, let me double check. But if I can get an electrosac from Kezu, I'm gonna go do that first. Okay, cool. We're going to hunt Kezu first. Especially since we do have a fire charge blade. And the main reason I want to do this is because if you look at the hunter's notes for Mizutsune, they are most weak to thunder. So I would ideally want a thunder weapon. You know, pretty simple logic there. Although to be fair, it's not the greatest weapon. Actually, I might have to compare them. Actually, I think I'd rather go with the dragon, to be honest. It's only slightly weaker. So I actually don't care that much, but I still would like to get a thunder weapon. So I'm still going to start by going for Kezu. But before I get into this first hunt, if you watch this and you end up enjoying, think about liking and subscribing. And if you want to hang out live whenever I do these every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7:30 Eastern, both on Twitch and here on YouTube. So come on by and hang out. Hey, we got all three. Nice. Let's get into it. This should go pretty well,
Let's do this.
I would think. But I don't know. We'll see. Alright. Get in there between roars, ideally. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's not guardable, apparently. Ow. Yeah, but apparently that is not guardable. The more you know. Guess I shouldn't be that surprised. It is 3 hits anyway. I did kind of voluntarily go in there. Nice. Okay. Interesting. Get out of there.
Job.
Ow. It's fine. We'll survive. Let's grab these while we can. At least I'm in sword and shield mode. So I'll take it.
Version.
Alright. Not bad. Not a bad start. What's my resistance, by the way? Oh, okay. We have decent thunder resistance, so that's not too bad. Because I was more thinking, you know, if we get stuck in the... Because I think Kezu's most damaging attack is probably the, like, the AoE standing still, like, electric dome thing, whatever you want to call that. That's probably their strongest attack. But if I have thunder resistance, it does a lot less. Fair. Earplugs would be a good idea too, I think. That has one hit on it, by the way. Really good info to have. Really good to know that there's one hit on them. It helps a lot when you have to guard anything, knowing how many hits a move has.
Watch out!
I really shouldn't have done that one, to be honest. Okay, well, you got interrupted. Nice. Definitely getting more interrupts than I did before using element files. Which, I mean, makes sense because I am kind of, you know, doing more damage with that. Okay.
Goodbye!
Yeah. That was good. That was good.
Your days are numbered.
Yeah, okay, you can't do that. This isn't Wilds. You can't friggin' 360 turn. Hello? God damn, you really didn't want to give me my charge there, jeez.
I'll end this!
Yeah, I think I need to get more in the habit of using that when a monster's gonna sit still after an attack. I think that's my biggest wasted opportunities right now. Like so. Although I don't know if that's gonna be good. Okay, I got one. It's 70 damage for not much, you know, time invested. Because, I mean, I constantly need to do files anyway. Otherwise, I bounce when I'm in sword mode, so... You know, could be worse. Also, I do need to remember that when I'm in sword mode, it's probably not the worst idea to use the counter that I keep forgetting I have to do an instant, like, super amp elemental discharge. That really shouldn't have hit me. Or, like, had a hitbox still. Oh, I thought that was the, because usually you have, like, electricity around you. Oh, okay, we got Baggy showing up. Okay. Oh, everyone... Or, no? Oh, no, you are still there. Okay. We'll see if I can... You know, I'm just gonna do this for points. Oh, never mind. I have to Tron it on. Okay. Should be able to get to Tronodon though. Or not to Tronodon Baggy for a Wyvern Ride real quick. Nice. There we go. Getting the double.
Done. Come on.
Nice. Fair. Nice. There we go. You might be dead here, to be honest. Whoops. Damn. Still going for it. I hate you. God damn it. I tried. I tried. Now let's get this stuff though, shall we? It'll at least be useful melding material later. Alright. Yeah, here it is. Oh, hello. Apparently this is where you go in. Well then, I don't think I've ever actually beaten a monster to here. Because to be fair, for the longest time I kept getting confused where exactly this entrance was. Alright. Yeah, I should do that more often. And then do that to charge up all the way. Yeah.
Be careful!
Yeah, I need to do that more. I do.
Victory!
Because, like, if I assume it's not 360. But, you know, any attack that keeps me, you know, facing the monster.
Here we go.
That actually... I need to double check. I think the recovery for that move is actually shorter. Hey, we got the electro sack we wanted. But yeah, so if I do this, like I got that and now I can dodge. But if I do this, okay, no, it's about the same. About the same recovery. It's really not that much slower though, is the big thing. It's more about, can I, you know, line it up? And it, once again, as far as I can tell with the element files, it's more of a cone, you know, instead of just a straight line like it was for,
Quest
at
complete.
least what it seemed like it was for impact files. So as far as I can tell, it's a lot easier to land the, you know, full set of files, which I can't get 6 of in low rank, so. Alright, so,
Alright, let's make it happen.
yeah, not like the best weapon in the world,
Hey, thanks.
but if something's weak to thunder, we'll use it. But yeah, alright, so we can go for Mizutsune. I still do think we should probably go for Dragon, though. For the sole reason of our Dragon Charge Blade, it has just way more sharpness and higher raw. Because you're talking 5 or less difference. No, you're talking 5 or less difference in element damage. across the board. But if we go, you know, with the Thunder one, and like basically it looks like double the sharpness, about the same amount of element, but 20 more raw. So I think that this is the way we go, is dragon. Plus we haven't used this yet. I mean, we haven't used the Tobikadachi one either, but you know, looks pretty cool. So we at least got to use it for that.
Cheat for all your questing needs.
Alright. So, Mizutsume.
Select the quest that best suits you.
Now we do have impact files, need to remember that. I need to mark off Kezu. Alright. Sweet. It's gonna double check. Okay. Cool. Alright. So let's get this. Oh right, I almost forgot. Oh, I did forget actually. My training here. Because I want these to get to 50 ASAP ideally. Which I need more Logni apples. But the sooner they can get to 50, the sooner I can just throw them in Meowscenaries, and now I have, and then I'd have a timer. Because we don't know, these nests, you get good stuff out of them. Like right there, I just got a silver egg. Also Logni apples. And Eureka Horn, I think is what it is. But they refill after, like, it takes 5 hunts to refill. So I usually use Meowscenaries until I get melding, and then I just meld 5 times. But I use that as like a timer. But I don't want to, you know, once I get to master rank, have to then like take them out to then, you know, buff them up. So I just do it early on in the game. I guess early as I can. So yeah. I think it's about time we change this to Bitterbugs, I think. I guess we'll just go with this. It's fine. Cool. Alright, so let's see how this one works.
Let's do this.
It has the most sharpness, like most green sharpness we have had so far. So that should be nice, at the very least. Only downside is, like, at least if the, you know, SAD works how I think it does, it isn't gonna, like, land as well as I would like. Okay. All right. Damn, that really missed, huh? Wow. I'm actually surprised I didn't knock you down already. Yeah, so that it 100% works the way I think it does run. With it being like a line for impact files. Which I guess is actually probably a good thing for if you want to like hit the head. So then you can hit it like through a monster, I guess. Alright. Okay. Okay.
Great. You're mine.
That actually was a good use for that though. I'm kind of proud of that one. Because that one only landed really well because it was impact files.
Needs
And I knew that. So I went for it. Using my brain there. Because, you know, for right now, I kind of have to work with what I got. Okay, if you say so.
Butt down.
Alright. Ah, a little early.
Farewell.
Alright. Nope. It's fine.
Down.
I kind of didn't want to land it, to be honest, but it's fine. Yeah, I needed you to do that more. Because, like, boom, instant files. That's gonna hurt. Yeah, it'll hurt. A lot. But I do need to do that more. What? I don't even know what happened there. There we go. I'm doing my damage. Impact files isn't really that great for a down like that.
Nice one.
Yeah, that wasn't a good idea. I forgot I wasn't using element. Man, that really goes faster than I thought it did. Sure. That works.
After it!
Apparently, if you just dodge, you... It said if you dodge furiously, you get rid of Bubble Blight, but that does not seem to be the case.
Just you wait.
The game lied. Or at least, it's either that or it is the most dodges you have to do for any status in the game. I don't think anything's more than 5. Alright. Hopefully I'll actually be able to get some mechanical weapon ride with the game.
Let's do this!
Okay. Because everything takes like 10 years for Sonic games. Alright. There we go. There we go. Cool. Oh, thank you for that. Okay. Okay, sure. Alright. That's gonna hurt. Yeah. Okay, I wanted to be above that in case it started, like, at me. Oh, okay, that is instant still. Cool. I wasn't sure if that'd be slowly.
Be careful!
Ah, come on. It really was just at the end, huh? Screw you. I hate that recovery. Like, I feel like it's not necessary. They kind of... I feel like that's a big reason why people don't use that move. Because it's like, why use that over the move that is just about the same length, but does way more damage? And has more area. God damn it. Yeah, that's not landing.
Yeah. Now's our chance!
Where, I... Oh, they were up there. God damn it. Since when were they up? Oh, right. Wait, no, wait, no. Since when were they up there on... Were they always up there? No, they were. Wow. I'm surprised I forgot where they were on my loadout. Considering how often I captured last playthrough. Although, I guess to be fair, in the end, you know, because it's all Elder Dragons at the end, it, you know, the majority of the end of the game is no capturing, so. Oh well, it's fine. Not that big of a deal. So I didn't cut out like a few minutes of the hunt. Oh well. Should probably heal that. I hate that that's a hitbox on the tail.
Watch out!
Okay. I'm dead, aren't I? No, okay. I mean, that was kind of annoying. So, like, I feel like that should not have a hitbox on the tail like that. Okay. Alright. I probably could have done that there, to be honest. Okay, let's do a mega. God damn it. Okay. This shouldn't be able to hit me, by the way, just saying.
Incoming!
Could you get in the zone? Also, is Edge outside the map? Come on. Oh my god, you suck. I am not fighting you there. I'm not fighting you there. You can screw off with that.
Just a bit more!
Like, that is not happening. Okay, yeah, there we go. I was not fighting Mizutsune in that tunnel. Screw that.
Nice one.
I don't care how close you are to death. I am not bothering with that. Alright.
Thanks, buddy.
Well, we have now hunted everything that we want for our final build. I guess the question is, are we going to have been able to make every weapon? Probably not. I'm gonna assume we're gonna be one fin short, and that's it. That's my guess. We're gonna be one Mizutsune fin short from making the weapon. Go on it now.
Yes.
Well, I'm saying that that's the only thing we're gonna be short of. Yep, we didn't get it. Oh, wow. That was way worse than I thought. Great. That's fun.
Welcome. Okay then. See you soon.
Well... Since we have hunted everything that we need to for our final build, we are now in checklist mode. We just get to go through and hunt stuff then. So let's just start working through the list then, shall we? Alright, so first up we got Bishaten. That should be fun. Want to say weak to fire? Ice. Oh, okay. I have not used the berry off. I've not used the berry off one. To be fair, it doesn't really seem that great because the raw is pretty low. Although it does have high affinity. Well, higher. Not high rank.
Take a look at the quest list. Best of luck.
Go into a high rank hunt. Why is everything one-shotting me? Alright.
Here we go.
But now we have element vials, which should be easier to land, you know, SAEDs. And at the end of the last hunt, I was starting to get used to using the counter. Which, like I've said, I think that is the last big thing that I need to start implementing. Is using the counter to get my files back and then instantly doing SAED. Also, is this an instant wyvern ride, or is this technically 2 areas? I think it's technically 2. Right. Okay. If I'm put in position for that right after he does it, I could easily do an SAED after him. Okay, you cannot turn 360. Right. I keep forgetting that. I could have counted that. Don't know why I didn't, to be honest. Didn't do too much damage at least. I shouldn't have went into this, to be honest. I should have just went. Yeah. Nice.
This is the end.
Ah. Nope. Misjudged that one pretty bad. Can I guard point this? I can. Cool. Alright. So far, so good. I'll grab all this stuff too.
Too blind.
Alright. Yeah, so far so good. I really don't have any complaints. Pretty sure you just barely did, like, miss getting a guard point. Oh, right, that is multiple hits. Forgot about that one, to be honest. Alright. Oh, okay, that was going from a Palico, not me. That would have been a perfect time to do SAD. Can we get in the zone, though? Like, come on. Oh, that works. That almost was wasted. I don't know if this does extra damage or not, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Alright. Something like right here, I think? Alright. Yeah, not really much of a point of doing that. That has a hitbox, huh? Did not know that.
Your days are numbered.
Alright. Nice. Fair. Okay. Ah, that was bad. Oh, okay, maybe not, actually. That was actually pretty decent, all things considered. Alright.
After it.
Not bad. Not bad. Alright.
Too blunt.
Yeah, so I think I'm definitely, like, correct in what I was thinking before, in that things are much, just feel much better when I have gear that, you know, when I get hit, it's, like, not as big of a deal. Because usually, like, if, you know, I am gonna be able to do an SAD or regular AED, I usually, you know, end up doing that after a, you know, big opening, and then the only things that can hit me after that are really, like, quick attacks, usually.
Thanks, buddy.
And so if it's quick attacks, that kind of means, like, they usually don't do that much damage. You son of a bitch. Okay. Is my internet fine, or was that just... I don't know. Alright. If you're gonna sit there like that... Yeah, really, if you're just gonna sit there like that, I'm gonna do that. I'm just going with that.
Job.
Ah, that was too far. Damn. Evade extender kind of hurt me there a little bit. But yeah, that's where the money is right there. Being able to do that. I kind of needed to get back to Sword and Shield mode, so... You son of a bitch. Hey, that guard point still exists. Nice.
Careful!
Wasn't sure if that still existed.
Farewell!
God, why did it not turn before? Because I definitely tried to turn. I guess I just didn't, you know, wait long enough. That's exactly what I was hoping for. That moved out of the way just in time.
Nice one. Goodbye!
Alright. Fair enough.
It's getting weaker! Needs fixing.
Definitely feel like I'm getting it a bit more now. Like I'm noticing the improvement. Hunt times aren't getting like massively faster, but like I'm also just getting hit less. Alright, so I think the way to do it is basically check where the axe is whenever I do this. And just have it, yeah. Basically go where I'm not hitting it. Plus a little extra. I think that's kind of the play, because you don't move forward until you slam it down. So I think that's the play. Okay, I will say, I 100% think that the guard point, you know, not this. I 100% think this guard point right there should be, like, a thing going, like, in Wilds, in every game going forward. Because Charge Blade's problem is basically, and, you know, how Wilds has been balancing doesn't really help. You either need super armor while you're doing, like, SAD or whatever, or just, you know, spam SAD over and over. Or you kind of can't do anything in axe mode. Whereas if you had guard points, it's like, well, you at least have something to do. Now, make it as, like, short as the regular guard point, and that'd be fine.
Welcome.
You know?
Alright. Good
Like,
luck.
make it that, like, I don't even know how long it is. But just, you know, the guard point of, you know, sword and shield going into axe mode. Make it that long. There you go. I don't know, I don't feel like it's... I don't know, it feels so much smoother. It feels like a complete weapon, I think, is more what. Because I feel like every weapon should have, you know, some sort of, like, relatively available defense. And the issue with Charge Blade is your only option, basically, is, and Switch Axe has issue too, minus them having now a counter in Wilds, so Charge Blade's kind of the only one that doesn't really have anything. Only weapon in the entire game, almost. Other than Light Bow Gun. It doesn't really have, like, an immediate defensive option. In Rise, they gave it an immediate defensive option in Axe mode, which is the most fun part of the weapon. Like, yeah, you can use just sword and shield mode. It's not gonna be that fun, though. Tell you that much. Right, next up is Kulia Coop. Water? I do not have water, so anything else works. So if I don't have water, I don't want to use that necessarily. Do I use fire? Yeah, I think I use fire though.
Tap the cheat for all your questing needs. Please select the quest that best suits you.
Like, having played every weapon in now 3 different Monster Hunter games, I would say to a at least competent degree. I feel like I can definitely give my opinion on things, and I feel like the 2 weapons that, like, really don't have any immediate defensive options are Charge Blade and Light Bow Gun. Because, ooh, Light Bow Gun has, you know, the dodge sliding stuff. And it's like, have you played? If you've played it, you kind of know that is, even with a Vedic Extender 3, not enough to dodge most attack, well, all attacks. And if that's the case, then it basically might as well not exist. Because it is just a more committal dodge. It kind of feels bad when that's the case. Now, Charge Blade, like I said, like, you don't have any immediate guarding options. Which, for being, you know, the guard point weapon, you only have 2, and your second one, well, I think you have more than 2 technically, but only the one going into axe mode is really relevant because everything else is not consistent enough. Okay. Oh wow, that actually still does everything. I didn't think it would.
Your days are numbered.
Damn it. I got baited. To be fair, I kind of forgot you do that. That's like your standard combo, to be honest.
Be careful! Take this!
Damn it. I really whiffed that, huh? I'm really using this hunt to try to, like, figure out my, like, rhythm with the weapon. It's really what I'm doing in this hunt. Thought I'd move enough to the side with that. Not quite.
Your days are numbered.
I need to do that more immediate.
This is the end!
Why? God damn. Okay, that one was on me. Nice. I hate you sometimes. Whatever.
Get back here!
Gotta love it when it's like, alright, and I just, you know, don't get to do what I want.
He's fixing.
Oh well. So I've whiffed a lot of SADs, but I think it's, I just need to learn to wait like a second longer to be able to turn where I need to turn. And then I need to, you know, adjust my kind of like framing of, you know, timing to account for that time. Like so, this is like perfect timing.
Are numbered.
Yeah, damn. I'll take it. It's only 3, but it's fine. Well, I only landed 2. Why did I not get taken out of axe mode? I'm confused. Fair. I was very, not thinking there, like, at all. Damn it. Wait, I'm dumb. I need to remember I have the counter that refills all of my files. Need to remember that. Because, like, boom, we're back up. I could have swore that charge... Oh, never mind, that's just charge sword, actually, is what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Nice one. Your days are numbered.
Worth it. Alright. Got like an extra like 30 damage off. God damn it. I'm gonna whiff it, aren't I? Yep. Death? Nope. Good damage, though. Fair. All right.
Goodbye.
And here we go. How did Arzuros get... How was Arzuros the one that got hit? Wow.
Come on.
Literally staggered Kuliaku and he still was the first one to get hit. Alright. You're definitely dying to this, by the way. I've done way too much damage for you not to die to this Labyrintite, I feel like. Okay, well, if that whiffs, never mind. Eh, no, I think it might still. If this whole thing hits, I think it will. Yep.
Victory!
Nice. Not bad. Yeah, I definitely think that this is gonna really, really pick up once I can get, like, full guard, so I can pretty much on a lot more things, probably most things in the game, be able to SAED counter, or at least be more likely to, because it'll not knock me back, as well as, you know, elemental damage, and, I mean, for knowing the weapon more, but also having all element files for weapons, which will be nice, because that means I, you know, I don't have to change my mindset every time I change to, like, an element. I think I'll probably grab some focus, if I can. At least enough to... Because I'll have to, like, do some testing. However much focus it takes for me to get through the charge, like, thing, hold B, and then, like, the slice, and then Y to do the spinning slash. However much focus it takes for me to get that to guarantee give me red. Because then that would be nice, because then that means I can, immediately after charging, either, because I'll have full files at that point, either go into Savage Axe if the opening's not big enough, or if it is big enough, go straight into SAD. Because I want to say odds are it's not an odds thing, but I want to say the, like, range of direction you can change for, the charging Savage Axe into, like, the first swing of it, and like, aiming SAD are the same amount you can change. So, if I can hit one, I can probably hit the other. It's just, do I have the time? So, I don't know. But that was Coolio. Not bad, not bad. Charge Blade's starting to feel pretty good. I'm definitely enjoying having changed to Elemental. Just gonna double check. What are the monsters for element file for, like, high rank? Let's see. So it's here, I think. Yeah, so it's here and up. So Rathian is still a fire option. It might be the fire option, not sure. Barioth. I mean, Zinogre is an option. I could probably go for Zinogre, to be honest. But I don't
Bring
know.
on the hard stuff. Ain't nothing I
Probably
can't
not.
forge. Seeing my customers smile is the main reason I've been banging away at the smithing stuff for
Like,
so
it's
long.
kind of whatever. I'll probably make it before high rank, but it's fine. Okay, Thunder Element's pretty good, actually. Yeah, it's got more Thunder Element, higher affinity. It has a lot lower raw, though. But it does have a 3 slot, which is pretty nice. Interesting. Fire. Okay, Ragna Kadaki is an option. What's the... So 170 by the end of high rank versus... Okay, also 170. What's the fire then? Okay, so this is a better option by the end of high rank. So I think probably Rathian and then go Ragna for that. Water. Man. Why does he gotta be Gyarados? Eh. Narwa? Interesting. Valstrax? No. I don't understand this. Like, why do you just lose a bunch of red? I've also never understood... Well, I guess there is synergy with... I forget what it is. Doesn't it, like, Sharpener or something? That buffs your damage based on how many sharpness levels you gain? But it's like... Eh. I mean, it was white sharpness, though. Oh, right. Right, I forgot about this one. So this will probably be what we use for water. 27, 150 versus Gyarados, which is... Yeah, just basically has nothing. So yeah. Okay, yeah, we got options for
See you
that.
soon.
Alright. So it's looking like in high rank, relatively early we can get a lot of our elements going. I mean, going into high rank, because I can get a Thunder one, because I can go Zinogre. I think the only ones that I don't have an option for... Well, actually, was there a Dragon option other than Valstrax? I don't believe there was. No, I want... Element. But yeah, for high rank, was there an option that does element files? Oh right, the dragon tree. Okay. Because I'd rather stick with the dragon tree, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, that's decent. The sharpness isn't great, but
I have been wanting
axe
to
mode
work
does have
ever since
mind's
that was
eye.
Guess you
I
could
think.
say I'm something of an expert at this point. Don't
I think
worry
it
about
does.
your gear.
Or at least the
I
bee
grip
attacks,
this
I'm
here
pretty
hammer
sure
with
do.
confidence.
I mean, getting a 3, well, getting a 2-1-1 on the weapon's also pretty good. Starts with a 2. I mean, like, that's not bad. Which, what's that need? Oh, that's very easy. That's start of high rank right there. So yeah, I think every element is has a pretty early on option. Because I believe that the Zenogre horn right there, I believe that's low rank. Because I want to say a lot of the generic trees do this, where it's like, it requires a low rank, higher level monster for the start of, like, high rank. So that should be decent. Yeah, this just needs Lagombi, Great Baggy. Yeah. You know, we got pretty early on in high rank options, so that should be good. But that is gonna do it for this part. I will have all of this stuff farmed up. I mean, I should honestly. Can you show me how to use Charge Blade? Well, let me finish this recording and I'll kind of give you a quick rundown if you would like. So it should only be like one hunt of Diablos and hopefully one hunt of Mizutsune off stream, but we'll see. But either way, that's going to do it for this part. If you watched this on YouTube, hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will see you next time. See ya. Alright. So, like, do you mean, like, how do you use Charge Blade in general? Like, just, like, how it functions? Or do you mean, like, you know, do I have any, like, tips? Because that definitely, like, helps with knowing, like, how much I need to show you. Because I don't mind. I like helping people out, so. Because definitely, I would say, other than Hunting Horn, it is probably the weapon that is the hardest to learn how to use. How it works, I don't understand. Okay. So. And mind you, I have, just for reference, though, I have a switch skill that changes, it changes the charging your sword, which I'll explain later. Actually, I'll just do this real quick. Right after I do this. I'll just throw, this on here. So, you have a few things to charge up that get charged up by attacking in sword and shield mode, which, you know, is just this right here. The best way to charge up these right here, your files, which is very important for how the weapon works, is to I'm using Xbox controller, so try to, you know, translate that to whatever controller you use. Hold B, do not use a direction, and then you do Y. That is the best way to charge it up. And you see how it is yellow right now? Like how the file gauge is yellow. If you do right trigger, same thing as guard, and then B, you will charge those, and you will get 3 files. That yellow gives you 3, and red maxes you out. That is like that is And you just get red by doing more, basically. Like back to yellow, I'll do it again, I have red. However, once you're at red, you're gonna want to charge your files. Because if you keep attacking, you'll end up like this. You don't want to be like this. Because when you attack, you bounce. You can just get rid of that by doing that. It's not that big of a deal. It's really quick, and it actually leads to some of your strongest things. So that is charging files. Like, figure that out, and the rest of the weapon, because everything goes off of files. Files are the basis of the weapon. And so, from that, you have, let's see, what should I teach from there? So, I guess how to charge everything else. So, with your files, you can charge your shield. What charging your shield does is it basically gives you a better block. And there's also another part of Charge Blade, which is kind of, once you have learned the basics of the weapon, this is more of a how to get better at the weapon. This is like where you want to end up, but it's gonna take a bit. You have things called guard points, which you have two main ones. You have right trigger Y, which is switching into axe mode right before an attack happens. You see how, you know, that blocked when I'm just doing right trigger Y. Because that normally does this. But if you look closely, you will notice at the very beginning, your shield is facing forward. That is a guard. That is actually a guard that is stronger than just normally guarding. Like normally, like just sitting there like this is weaker. And one of the important reasons why you want to do that is if you charge your shield, which there's multiple ways to do it. There's multiple ways to charge your shield. Basically, just getting to amped elemental discharge is like the best way to do it. Which, if kind of the easiest way to do it is, you know, get some files that you need to charge. You do this, you press Y and B again, then you press right trigger. And that charges up your shield. And you see how it is glowing now. My shield is charged. And the reason you want to charge, when you hit a guard point, okay, I need to actually close the menu, hold on. When you hit a guard point, you do damage. Now, you do file damage. It's not like an insane amount of damage, but it adds up over a hunt. It definitely adds up over a hunt. And with impact files, you can actually get KOs with it. If like a monster is charging at you, like a Diablos or something, you know how they charge at you with their head. If you guard point that attack, it does KO damage and will eventually get you a KO. Now, to charge your sword, which essentially, well, it'll make more sense once you see it. To charge your sword, you charge your files, which, by the way, if you do not have any files, it takes longer. So, like, it takes longer to charge. You hold Y until you see that. You go in, your sword is charged. The point of charging your sword is when you hit, you get file damage. It also gives it Mind's Eye, which if you don't know, you know, makes it so you can't bounce. So, I don't really use the sword much, personally, but you can. Like, it's a decent option. It does decent damage, and it also makes it so when you are overcharged, you know, you don't bounce. So, you know, it kind of counteracts the bad part of that. So now, you go to axe mode. You get to axe mode, right trigger Y, which remember that is a guard point, which you don't necessarily need to worry about. Okay, this is a good time to show you. You see how the shield is blinking? That means it's about to run out. Every file you charge into your shield adds time to it. Which, one of the fastest ways to do it, by the way, if you just spam Y and B, you go to this really fast. And then, boom, you're charged up. But, yeah, so to get to, you know, axe mode, you got this. At any point during axe mode, you can, let me get some files. I guess I'll actually show you how axe mode works first. Let me get full files real quick. Alright. So, you're in axe mode. Axe mode, you have your Y attacks that do not use files. Your B attacks do use files. And you see you get a little explosion afterwards. And axe mode has kind of like an ultimate attack for the weapon that if you press Y and B, either after any move or just, you know, straight up, you get super amped elemental discharge. Or with element, you get a different thing. The two file types, impact and element, have different patterns with how they explode. Element's more of a cone, easier to hit all on a monster. Impact's more of a straight line. Are you following so far? I don't want to like keep going if you're like lost, because I know it's a lot, but once you have everything, you realize it's not really that difficult. It's more getting used to it. So just want to make sure, like, you following so far? Everything making sense? Because it is a lot to explain, but it's overall, like, simple. It's more knowing when to do things. So, need to fill file and then charge shield. Yes. That is, like, you don't necessarily have to charge shield, but it's recommended. Because you get basically free damage, because the end goal of the weapon is to hit guard points. That is one of the strongest things with the weapon. In fact, I didn't show you one of the big reasons why you want to hit guard points. Let me charge up my shield again. So, So a big reason why you want to hit guard points is guard point, right trigger B. Well, I mean Y and B. Boom. You can go literally straight into your strongest attack. Can you show me again to charge the shield? Okay. But you just kind of see why, because, like, that's the best way to get to that. But to charge shield, let me get files real quick. You can charge shield, by the way, while it's still charged. You don't have to wait until it runs out. So, you have your files, you charge them, and then, which you could do right after. This basically skips the first Y and B I'm about to do. But if you do, you know, Y and B after it, and you're about to go into the elemental discharge, you cancel it basically by hitting right trigger, and then you charge your shield. So basically think of this attack right here, you cancel. You have to do it before the actual attack happens, but you can do it really quick, like boom, and you just, once it starts, just spam right trigger, you're good.
Thanks, buddy.
And every file that you charge your shield with adds time. I believe it up to whatever the max per file is. Which I think it's 30 seconds per file, but I'm not sure. I don't really remember. But it's a certain amount of time per file.
Whetstone time.
Any other questions before I, like, continue on to kind of more, like, practical, like, tips, like, tricks and stuff? But any other questions? But is it seeming like it's not really that, like, complex? It's more just learning things from the beginning. Nope, no problem. Like, there's a few more things. It's just, like, is it kind of seeming like it's not the most complicated thing? It's just, there's a lot of individual things to learn how they work. But once you do, you kind of understand how they all flow together. Which, just a reminder, you cannot charge your sword without a charged shield. So, keep that in mind as well. Thinking if I'll try and training later. Okay. But, glad I could help. Charge Blade is pretty fun. Just, like, until you get used to, you know, using the like, sword and axe mode and stuff, which, by the way, axe mode is very committal. So, but the damage is worth it. You know, like, you get good damage out of this, so. But until you get used to that, I would not worry too much about hitting guard points. Like, once you get the basics down of how to use the weapon, then I'd worry about guard points. But just know, this one right here is pretty much instant. Like, I'm actually pretty sure it is. So, like, which, by the way, quick little thing that not everyone knows. You actually can get that guard point instantly from a sheathed weapon. Neat little thing. If you hit right trigger, which takes you to axe mode, it does it right away. It's neat little thing. Because hitting right trigger takes you to axe mode from a sheathed weapon. Like so. So you get that guard point instantly. You do have another guard point, but it's a lot less practical. Although, well, in this game, I have another switch skill that changes it because it's more comfortable to me. But with regular morph slash, there is another guard point that is at the end of going back to sword and shield. At the end there. It is not the easiest thing to hit, so I would not really try. Unless you're starting to get really good at the weapon. Like, I missed it there. Like it's not an unreaction thing. You gotta take a second until you get it. But any other questions you got, or? Because I am more than happy to try to, like, help you if you got any more questions. And I'm trying to teach it in a way that I can transfer to other Monster Hunter games. Recently by this game, I don't know that I can change a weapon until high rank. Just know, Charge Blade is probably the weapon that most is intimidating to start, because it has the most individual things to keep track of. But, and I hope, like, me showing you how things work, you kind of see it a bit, that once you understand how it works, it's not that complicated, everything kind of flows into each other. But yeah, I have played through this game. This is the last weapon I had not played through the game with, so. Like, I haven't put that much time into Charge Blade, but I've also played through all of World with Charge Blade. So I know from how World played how to use Charge Blade. And I played it in Wilds too. So anything else that you want to ask? Oh, and just so you know, the switch skills make the weapon a lot more comfortable in my opinion. With using the counter morph slash, especially if you want to start hitting guard points. Because the guard points last a lot longer. The trade-off is it takes longer to get to axe mode. So, just, you know, that's how long it takes regularly. And that's how long it takes, you know, with that one. But you have a lot longer for the guard points. But yeah, but since I have played every, like, weapon, if you have any questions about any other weapons, I can definitely fill you in on them. Although I cannot actually use them right now, because I don't have any made for the other ones. But I do hope Charge Blade works out for you. It is a fun weapon, has, would I say, one of the highest skill ceilings in the game? No, I'd probably say, like, I don't know what would. But you got multiple levels of progression and getting good with the weapon. But I hope that I could, I mean, it sounds like I helped. So, glad I could help with that. Good luck with the hunts. But, unless you got any more questions, I am gonna go ahead and end stream. Any advice for another weapon that's easy to use? So, easy to use. Let's see. Okay, let me look at the weapons real quick. So, easy to use. I'd say easy to use. Longsword has a lot of counters. So, it's relatively safe to use. Like, you can counter a lot of things, so you have a lot of time where, like, you can just not care that much about an attack because you can counter it. But, you know, it takes time to get used to countering. Dual Blades has a lot of mobility. Right off the bat, has one of the most broken, one of the most, like, powerful counter switch skills in the game. Because it causes one wire bug. And you just have iframes for a very long time. So, you know, there's that. Sword and Shield's pretty simple. The biggest thing is learning how to back hop. The back hop has a lot of iframes, but relatively the weapon is pretty simple. And then I would also throw in a hammer. Hammer's pretty simple to use. You just charge the weapon, like you charge the hammer, do level 3. Do level 3 charge attack. There you go. Those are the weapons I would say are the easiest to use. Now granted, you know, all of those have different degrees of like, once you have mastered the weapon and know the monsters really well, I'd say out of those 3, like, hammer is probably the strongest, and like, once you know a monster, you can do a lot of damage really good, because you will know where a monster, you know, lines up, so on and so forth. But I'd say those 4. Of those 4, I'd probably say Dual Blades is the simplest to understand. Because you basically have 2 modes. One that constantly drains stamina, fills a meter while you're attacking in that mode. Once that meter's filled, you can do attacks from the stamina draining mode and the non-stamina draining mode. And that's about it. Other than that, it's very mobile. Like I said, it has one of the strongest counters in the game. And yeah.
Bye now.
I'd definitely say Charger Blade is not an easy weapon to use. But it is definitely not impossible to, you know, start with it. I mean, hell, my girlfriend got to, she beat, well, I think she got to, yeah, she beat the final boss in Wilds without really knowing how to charge her shield. So, for now, maybe I'll try Charge Blade and Dual Blades. Go for it. Is this your first Monster Hunter, by the way? Or is it like you're just trying Rise for the first time and you've played others? I guess since you're asking, you might have not played other ones. 'Cause I know Rise has been really cheap lately, so probably a lot of people picking it up. First monster, okay. Alright. That is good to know. Yeah, I'd say, I mean, the nice thing about Monster Hunter is there isn't... Okay, I wouldn't say there isn't anything. There are very few things that are not usable. There are very few things that are not usable. Like, if you see something and you know, think, oh, that might, you know, be nice, odds are it's at least decent enough to use. The only time you might run into things that are, you know, you need to, like, not use stuff is, like, the very, very, like, final stuff in the game. Like, until then, you can use whatever you want. Any weapon, pretty much any build. It might not be the best, but it's doable. Like, like, my favorite builds to make are full, like, survivability builds. Like, I have, like, pretty much my endgame builds for, like, the expansion, not even the base game. So, you know, harder stuff, stuff that hits harder. And it gets through the final bosses and everything just fine. I have full recovery speed, which the red health that you have, that recovers faster. Recovery up, whenever I recover health, I recover more. Divine Blessing, which has a chance when you take a hit, reduce your damage. Like all of that, like that is what I build for. I don't really build for damage very often. So, like, you don't have to build damage, and I actually kind of recommend against it until you've gotten really good at the game. You can build some, but if you die, how good is your damage? You know. I guess since this is your first Monster Hunter, you got any questions about just Monster Hunter in general? Before I end stream here. Because I want to, you know, I want to leave you off on, you know, good footing. Because Monster Hunter is probably one of the most, and I say this anytime someone asks for me to like suggest a game for them. Monster Hunter is probably one of the most bang for your buck franchises in gaming. Because every weapon plays so differently. That's like playing an entirely different game. But very little is not usable. It's just how, you know, good on a scale of like 1 to 10 is it? The best stuff's 10, the worst stuff's like 6.5, 7. So yeah, any questions about just Monster Hunter in general before I head out?
Hi, and welcome to my show. Okay then, see you soon.
I've been forgetting to check this. Okay, still good. I love it. Alright. Not bad. You're good? Okay. Well, I am glad I was able to help. I hope Charge Blade and Dual Blades work well for you. I was actually originally a Dual Blades main when I first started Monster Hunter, by the way. Just a fun little fact. I kind of have been everything main at this point. I don't really play anything, sorry for delay. No, you don't have to apologize. No problem at all. Like, I really enjoy helping people figure out, you know, the game. That's one of my favorite things to do. And I've gotten like a lot of comments saying that they actually have learned how to play weapons from like my playthroughs and stuff. So like, no need to apologize. More than happy to do it. So, no need to worry. Hope the hunts go well, though. Hope RNG favors you. Hope the desire sensor doesn't hit you too hard. But yeah,
Hey there.
you have a good one. Hope Rise ends up going well. I mean, you're in a high rank now, so you've at least played a decent chunk of the game. So you have a good one. And anyone who is lurking, you have a good one as well. I will be back Friday. I think I might be finishing high rank. Well, low rank, I mean, on Friday. So, I should be, actually. So, yeah. That is going to do it for tonight. See you Friday. Have a good rest of your night, or morning, or whatever time it is where you're at. And see you Friday. So, until then, see ya.